I got kicked out of the legislature for calling Doug Ford and his government corrupt, and I refused to take it back.
It is the endless grift of a anti-democratic and, yes, corrupt government.
Ask the member to withdraw.
Speaker, I will not.
So let me tell you about one of the reasons why. Let's talk about the $2.5 billion Skills Development Fund and why I've been talking about it for weeks now. The Skills Development Fund is a fund that's supposed to help train workers. Groups can apply, and nonpartisan public servants are then supposed to score applications based on their ability to create jobs and training. The projects that are ranked highest should be getting the funding. That's how it's supposed to work, right? Pretty simple. Now here's where the corruption starts. The Auditor General found that David Piccini, the Minister of Labor, and his partisan staff interfered in the ranking process. They took proposals that scored low, that the nonpartisan staff advised against, and they moved them up the list. Actually, Piccini himself admitted this in a radio interview. He admitted he personally got involved in the decision-making process.
When she said, we have selected low projects, we have.
So who were these groups that suddenly moved up? $100 million went to clients of Doug Ford's campaign manager, $17 million to clients of Ford's former principal secretary, $10 million to a strip club owner. Now here's a funny tidbit about that strip club. The venue where the strip club is at now, it used to be a wedding venue owned by the same guy. And guess who got married at that venue? Doug Ford's campaign manager. And not only that, but Doug Ford hired this guy to distribute the booze at Ford Fest. And you know who else got a piece of the pie? The clinic where Doug Ford got his veneers. Well, I'm not really sure, but the Ford family dentist did get $2 million. And when Doug Ford was asked about it, he made it seem like he doesn't know the guy. He said, I don't get involved in these decisions.
I haven't been there. I'll have to check if my Rob's kids, my brother's kids.
But the dentist and Doug Ford, they go way back. There are so many pictures of both of them together at conservative fundraisers. And in one of those fundraisers, Doug Ford actually jokes that if people want to call him, they can dial 1-800-CALL Dr. John.
I have a 1-800 number, please. My number is... my 1-800 number is 1-800-CALL Dr. John.
Like, seriously? You can't make this stuff up. In fact, since David Piccini became Minister of Labor, funding to groups who hired lobbyists connected to Doug Ford and the Conservatives increased by 60%. At the same time, donations to David Piccini's riding skyrocketed. He was at a Leafs game with an executive whose company got millions, and he was in Paris at the wedding of the lobbyist who represented that same company. Well, breaking news, we just found out that that company, Keel Digital Solutions, is under OPP investigation around some of the handouts that they received from this government. But look, here's what makes me angry. Pitting application against application, pitting workers against workers, based on who hired a lobbyist connected to these guys. That's not how we do business. Doug Ford's corruption is getting in the way of getting good things done for the people of Ontario. It's getting in the way of making life more affordable. Because while people put their groceries back on the shelves, while young people can't find a job to save their lives, while parents have to figure out how to tell their kids they're not going to get that toy for Christmas, is Doug Ford putting our tax dollars to work to make life more affordable? No. He's taking your money and he's rewarding his rich friends and insiders. I've heard from people who've told me, well, yeah, all politicians are corrupt and the government can't actually do anything to make my life better. And I think that's why 55% of people didn't vote last time. They don't think politics can truly make a difference, but I know it can. Governments can change lives, and that's why I'm in this fight. And no matter if you voted conservative or liberal or green in the last election, or maybe you didn't vote at all, I hope to earn your trust and your vote, because we've got to end this corruption and start making life more affordable. So yeah, I called Doug Ford corrupt. I refuse to take it back, and I won't.